You are watching a master at work.
It's the mop, not the wop. What's going on, good people? I'm back at y'all with another one. And next up, we got when being a sucker catches up to you. It couldn't have been no more than a month or so ago when Aiden Ross had disrespected Doechii, called her all out of her name and the black community and Glasses Malone. Got at him. And Wack 100 stood front and center as his defense. He stood up to his own people in defense of the vulture that is Aiden Ross. Fast forward to today, or this, as of recently, they show up to Blueface's fight on Aiden Ross's brand risk platform. They didn't want to they gave Wack a hard time getting in. I think maybe I'll slip that video in here at some point. And then after the fight didn't go Blueface's way, now they don't even want to pay him. I got thoughts. I got opinions. I don't want to ramble too long right now. I'm going to start the video and we're going to stop and go where we need to.
Shout out to academics. He tried to mediate this thing. Ego's involved. Well, our ego is involved. And I don't know, for some odd reason, I just think certain people are used to people bowing down. And listen, no disrespect, up until this point, I've seen Aiden as a friend, potential business partner, so on and so forth.
A friend? A friend? Let's go.
But once he realized that he couldn't control me, he started to do things and say things that was a little disrespectful. And to my Jewish community, I have a lot of Jewish friends. To my Jewish community, this is not a shot at you guys. This young man's behavior, by any means, I don't think is a representation of how you guys stand. If you wonder what I'm talking about, you can go to my Instagram page, and I put up a screen record of some of the things Aiden began to say to me when we were having a business conversation about this dispute. He started asking me to give him a kiss and come see him and give him a hug and a kiss, and he started saying things to me that he's never said before. You know, I think his approach, I don't know. I don't know what his approach was, but I expressed to him wholeheartedly, right, that I'm not part of the gay community. I have nothing against the gay community, and I have nothing against Jewish people. I don't even know why he brought this conversation up. I don't know why he started to say these things, and you know, and he continued to say it. And it's crazy because it's a double standard, because if you say something towards them a half a time, or anybody, any community, at that point in time, they'll start to say you're harassing them, it's inappropriate behavior, so on and so forth, right? And I had to ask this man several times, hey, listen, man, no disrespect, but I'm not a part of that community. If that's your personal preference, that's your personal preference. He immediately went to, anti-Semitic, or, you don't like gay people, you don't like Jewish people, you don't, hey, there's nothing in my text thread or no audio that has ever came out of my mouth that said I got an issue with gay people or an issue with Jewish people. I gave you a few examples and told you I have a reality show on Tronics called The Girls Club. I have very close friends like Jason Lee, my man Ion, that these are openly gay and queer people that I do business with. The fact that whatever their sexual preference is has never stopped me from sitting at the table of business having a respectful conversation with these individuals. So I really don't know what your intent was with that. I've never disrespected you. We were going back and forth about the Blueface matter. And I'm gonna get straight to the point. It's kind of like where the world is at today. Certain people feel like they can bully certain people based upon their ethnicity and their, sexual preference. You know, if we say something derogatory at somebody from the community, they'll say you're being disrespectful, it's hate speech, all these type of things. But why is it that somebody from the community feel that they can make a pass at you and you can respectfully correct them and let them know hey, I'm not from that community, I'm a straight man. But yet they could continue to make the pass at you. And the minute you come out of character, the minute you issue a threat, the minute you get angry, you become the bad guy. Well, in this situation, I've been living quite a long time. I got a lot of people around me, a lot of wise men around me. Shout out to Captain Tazariot. Shout out to my wife, R&B. You know, who has, over the last couple years, have taught me how to channel what at one point in time may have been anger or an anger response into not stooping down to certain people's level, right? And simply maintaining your composures. So, you know, I want to give credit where credit's due. My lovely wife, R&B, she works on me daily. Captain Tazari, I got ISU, PK. Listen to them speak and watching their demonstrations and their discipline has, you know, helped me deal with these type of situations when confronted with them. Now, let's talk about what Aiden Ross is talking about. He says that Blueface has yet to be paid, which he's right. He said it. Again, I go on record.
I'm gonna let him get back to that. As y'all just seen, I let the text messages just roll while he was talking, and you can go back. I'm not gonna be reading that. I'm not gonna be transcribing that. Yeah. I can't. I won't. This is interesting, y'all. This is Wack's boy, man. This is who he felt confident about going against the black community, going against Glasses, going against Top Dog. You know what I mean? They're fine black women. This is who he felt doing all. Oh man, and he's saying some interesting things that are contradicting as well. I know in the beginning he started out talking about how this wasn't directed toward the Jewish community and he don't think that they all are like this. And then he went on to say that some people of certain ethnicities feel like they got the right. Hey man, they might make you delete this video or come back and apologize. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. You're going to let him finish. We're going to let him finish.
We were supposed to be paid Saturday or at latest Sunday. I thought, hey, it's a weekend. It'll come on a business day. Monday, maybe about midday, I hit him, say, hey, what's going on with payment? Then he started to say we breached. Now, Adam 22 addressed that they was trying not to pay him. And I believe in Adam's situation, Adam definitely breached because you have to put forth effort, right? Adam had a 40-second fight. He never swung back. They could have really used that against him, that he didn't put forth effort as the main event. But yet, you know, they paid Adam. Shout out to Adam. I'm glad Adam got paid. That's my business partner. Great. But let's keep in mind that Adam's a white guy. He's a white man. I hate to say it, but it's a situation where it's an obvious breach, and yet the breach wasn't exercised. So shout out to Adam, right? Now we got this Blueface situation. I gotta wait until my attorney does, you know, we've been back and forth. Monday when he didn't send payment, you know, I did what a black man's supposed to do. I contacted my legal, put my legal on it, and I turned it over to them. I sat down with my client, with Blueface, and expressed to him, I know you want to say some things, but at this point in time, it's best that you silence yourself because they're looking for a reason to have a reason. At this present time, they do not have a reason.
Hey man, fuck all that. Hey Wack, look, you a bet man. I hear it often. You make the wager. You make the wager. And I'll probably take it. I bet you won't grow your hair out like 2 inches. Just like 2-3 inches. 1, 2, 3 inches. Just rock this shit. I bet you set the amount and we can put it in the escrow of your likings.
Now let's talk about what Aiden is saying Blueface has said. All right? And my thing to Aiden was, everybody has a right to their opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has a right to their opinion. Aiden said something about Doechii. And I got a bunch of calls because they knew I was doing business with Aiden. And I said, hey, bro, Aiden said Doechii was an industry plan, which she could have said, hey, that could be harmful to my business, harmful to my fan base. You have a big platform, whatever. I simply told everybody, that's Aiden's personal opinion. You may not agree with it, but that's his personal opinion. He feels that her talent isn't just. He feels that she doesn't do this and she doesn't do that. That's his personal opinion. So he has the right to speak that. Me and G Malone had this conversation. I said on.
That ain't quite how it happened. But I mean, you can sum it up to that. You know what, B? You came to the motherfucker's defense. Yeah, she got the right. He was calling her all kinds of bitches. It wasn't just opinions. He was calling her out a name. That's what you was defending. Not just his opinions. You was defending him calling her out a name and disrespecting her. Until it wasn't enough. And you had to do something about it. I wouldn't be surprised if an apology is coming for. Let's just wait. Let them keep talking.
On the other hand, is obviously she has fans. She does sell out concerts. Her streaming does well. So there's other people that have a difference of opinion. So I don't think it's no big deal for people to get mad at Aiden and flip out. Okay, I say that to say this. Blueface had an opinion. His opinion was Aiden won't let his fighters lose, and Aiden is tampering with the bets. Now, I feel like if you're in a position, I've never heard Al Heyman come out publicly and say, I got $2 million on Floyd, right? Whatever he did, if he ever did it, I'm not saying he did it behind the scenes, or he probably placed his bets, however he placed his bets. But I've never heard him come out and try to get people to take this bet. So we're going to show you where Aiden is very contradicts himself. I understand Aiden is kind of like he's a big deal. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a spoiled guy because nobody never challenged him. But
And we're gonna let you do that. But before, see, your problem is, Wack, you think that because when he violated your people and you stepped out there and protected him and defended him, you ain't protect him. He needs you protecting. He got his people. He got his real uncles. That he got real power behind him. So any kind of power you think that you can give him or whatever, it's goofy, man. They his uncles, his unks, they laughing at you. Yeah, get you know what I mean? There's a term. It started with a G. I'm not gonna go into that. Motherfucker it wasn't your friend, wasn't your business partner, none of that. You are just you are flesh. You are a sack of flesh that they are utilizing, that can be utilized to do what they need to be, to do what he needed to be done. Same with your handlers, it ain't no different. Let's go.
I'm off the West Coast. I am a black man. We're not gonna make this a black thing, but I'm a black man who's been through some things. My client is also a black man who's been through some things. So we're gonna stand in right, and we're not gonna fear wrong when it's on the other side. So let's play. Let's look at the difference and what Aiden said about Doechii and what Blueface said about Aiden. You guys tell me if you heard Blueface ever say rain bet or brand risk, and if all you did was.
Why I vehemently disagree and with everything Aiden said about Doechii, and again, fuck him and everything he stand for. But this ain't got nothing to do with that. This is what they call conflation. You can't make this is a business contract. If there was some shit in the contract say you can't do certain shit, and I'm not saying that there is or there isn't, but that has an entirely different thing than him talking about her on his stream. I say it's disrespectful, and whatever he deserved, that's irrelevant here. Ain't got you sitting up here comparing how orange the motherfucking oranges is to, you know what I'm saying, how sweet the apples are. You know what I'm saying? To people who don't know no better, is the people that ain't gonna fucking matter to. What you saying may make sense. But to his unks, the people, the motherfucker, the process that it's gonna go through, that shit you saying don't matter. The fuck you talking about? You shouldn't have, another reason why you shouldn't have been defending that shit. But maybe you'll learn in your old age. If you get anything, get understanding, people. That's what the Bible say. Let's go.
Isolated to Aiden as his opinion. And then I'll walk it down and I'll play some things that may have provoked Blueface to believe these things. So for this to be his opinion. Let's start off with the first clip.
Start, motherfucker. Old ass.
Rakita, bring your cell phone, please.
Hey, man. That's how I call my daughter. Riverboat, don't be. That ain't my baby.
Let me get all the clips together. So, again, you know, and listen, to date, Aiden said it. I wasn't going to come out and say it. No, we have not been paid. This is you call your legal and you let them handle it and you be patient. You know what I'm saying? And then you see what comes of it. I'm waiting for legal to give me a right to put the contract up so you guys can read it for yourself. I have text messages of Aiden asking me to ask Blueface to lie about certain things, and I denied it. I said, no, that ain't happening. I didn't even tell my client. I didn't even relay it to my client that this man wanted him to lie about certain things. Why he wants him to lie about certain things, I have no idea.
Let me say this, man. This when he said, and I don't know if y'all was reading them. I hope y'all was reading them because I'm not gonna be. That it was saying some. It's just some stuff that they were saying in those texts that I don't want my voice to be on the internet having been said. You get what I'm saying? So I hope y'all was reading that. But at some point in there, well, hold on.
Zero idea. But for whatever reason, you know, he wanted him to give an apology.
Oh yeah, there was an apology. I lost my whole train of thought.
And I denied it. I said, no, that ain't happening. I didn't even tell my client. I didn't even relay it to
my bad, y'all. All of this is just proving to them that you ain't prepared for this shit. Your lawyer wouldn't have you saying none of this shit on the internet. If you had really been in contact with legal, they wouldn't have told you, yeah, get on the internet and make a statement and point out all the facts. Ain't no lawyer gonna tell you no dumbass shit like that. We're not gonna watch all of it. This is a long video, and I done put some speed on it to try to get through here, but at some point, y'all just go ahead and watch this on your own if you want to hear this shit. But I'm just highlighting the fact that Wack real tough when it come to people with the same complexion as him. But when it come to the mother folks, and when I say the other folks, I'm not talking about just Aiden and his people. I'm talking about Adams too. You know what I mean? It's a whole different tone. It's a whole different delivery. You get Cash Jones. Let's go.
Client that this man wanted him to lie about certain things. Why he wants him to lie about certain things, I have no idea. I have zero idea. But for whatever reason, you know, he wanted him to give an apology and say things like, I don't think Rain Bet rigged the fight, when Blueface never once said, never uttered Rain Bet or Brand Risk rigged anything. Actually, in 2 or 3 different clips, he gave shout out to Rain Bet. But he isolated Aiden. And I'm going to show you in a minute why he isolated it to Aiden. He never, you know, as far as Blueface know, Aiden's, he's no different than anybody else, you know, that's marketing and promoting something. And, you know, that's, you know, they possibly paying to be the face of it. I mean, this is crazy. Like when I start releasing these things, and I've just been collecting them, and I've been sitting back and I've been real quiet, real positive about it because my artist is.
I don't know if y'all seen what I just had on the screen there, but that was the apology that Wack said he wouldn't have his dude, that he wasn't gonna have nobody send. That was the apology that he did send. Got the man apologizing, saying, "Is that good, boss? Is that how you?" Come on, man. Come on, man.
He's reading my energy. And if I get to going in a negative way, he'll get to going in a negative way, right? And at that point in time, what Aiden's attempting to do is be able to say, oh, you see, you breached. 1 second.
Don't get me started on that industry plan. You guys can say shit whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plan. Doechii, the umbrella clip, pissed me off. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit is, bro. She deserves, bro. I'm not joking, bro. Stop listening to her music. Cardi and Abel, why would you give her a feature on a remix? You shouldn't have cleared it. She makes no good music. She's horrible. Can we get you back in here, bro? Can we see you back in Rarest?
Now again, I don't agree with none of that, but that ain't got nothing to do with this. What the fuck? Now I'm about to just end this shit here and let y'all go watch it. Because all that we getting to is the fact that they didn't pay the man because he felt like he got cheated, and he said he got cheated. Because he said you made a bet, Aiden. I say this ain't a good guy versus bad guy. Both of these motherfuckers fucked up. But this is what happened when you put 2 snakes, you know what I'm saying, in the bed together. It's gonna come down to who gonna bite who first. Let's go.
Lose your own money on your own fight card. I definitely wouldn't score that in a unanimous decision. I give it 4-2.
If you do get back on Breris, do you want a rematch or who do you want to fight?
I probably won't get back on Breris because you tampering with the bets.
Never that, never that. I don't know what he's talking about. Don't you,
He said you tampering with the bets.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
Now let's go back over it. The first clip is Aiden opinion on Doechii. It's his opinion. She's an industry.
Conjecture, bro.
Doechii, the umbrella clip pissed me off. Music, car.
Oh, yeah, I won't get back on Breris because
It's like 180 right now. Let's bet 180,000. I got cheaper. You got Blueface tonight. Cause I know you gotta go blue and I gotta go cheaper. 180,000? Yes. You know you got that new steak deal. You can do it. You know I don't be. You know. Didi, when are we gonna see another fighter from your community? I want to see. It's like 180 right now. Let's bet 180,000. I got cheaper. You got Blueface tonight. Cause I know you gotta go blue and I gotta go cheaper. 180,000? Yes. You know you got that new steak deal. You can do it.
Now, Aiden said, let's bet 180,000. He put
Now you're talking. But even still, didn't nobody agree to that. But I'll get to where we going, man, because we can get up out of here. Nobody want to sit up here and keep looking at your ugly mug.
putting it on Chibo. That's Blueface opponent. Blueface, we ain't gonna talk about the 20 grand he bet academics. We ain't gonna talk about that. Now.
No, that's what you need to talk about. If you saying that you're not gonna talk about that because that wasn't a bet, because you would know, because you talked to them, now that would be the only reason why you'd say, no, we ain't gonna talk about that. That because he didn't make no god doggone bet with DDG. So the only person I thought he made a bet with was academics, and I was slightly convinced that they made that bet. But the fact that you don't want to bring that up, and you got a much closer relationship with him than, well, shit, that's your plug to Aiden. That makes me wonder if Act told you that, nah, we ain't really make no bet. And then that turns into, well, is Act telling the truth or lying? Let's go.
Let's go back to Adam's fight. Let's see what we got going on here.
She would know. You said no, right? No. Adam, can you please tell the brother he believe in you and put something up? I can't bet. I can't bet on my own promotions. I'll get arrested. You talking all these NBA players, NFL, MLB players, bro. I can't do that. I don't want to get that. I'll be having some good excuses, man. I do, yeah. Y'all.
Aiden said in January on Adam's fight, he can't bet.
She would know. You said no, right? No. Adam, can you please tell the brother he believe in you and put something up? I can't bet. I can't bet on my own promotions. I'll get arrested. You talking all these NBA players, NFL, MLB players, bro. I can't do that. I don't want to get that. Y'all be having some good excuses, man. I do, yeah. Y'all.
He said he couldn't bet. What you mean? That's January. So in March, you're here?
Didi, when are we going to see another fighter from your community? I want to see. It's like 180 right now. Let's bet 180,000. I got you. You got Blueface.
Bro, 180,000. January, you said you can't bet on your fighters. That's what you. Hold on, let's go back to this shit.
No, we don't need to go back no more. We done heard this, played this shit 10 times. I was just finna say, play that shit again, we fucking gone. But you was already doing them. Let's just try to skip forward. We can get to some.
We're gonna call a spade a spade.
I want to get to the point where you calling a spade, but
January, third week of January, you couldn't bet. Rain bet, brand risk.
all right, we done here, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you ain't already. Hop in the comment sections. I'll holler at y'all next time, man. We gone.